It was the place to play football, there's no question. The quality of the football as well as the sort of atmosphere.
Every season in the Barclays Premier League is exciting.
11 years in the most exciting and most watched league in the world. Founded in 1874 by a local vicar, Pioneers, one of the first 12 clubs to form the Football League just 14 years later. Home to giants of the game such as Nat Lofthouse, revered across the sport as a giant killer himself, scoring a superb 285 goals for Bolton and 30 for England. This is the Reebok Stadium. This is home to the Super Whites, Owen Coyle's Super White Army, as the fans and media love to call it. This is Bolton Wanderers Football Club, and the story, well, I think it may only be beginning. Stadium was opened in 1997, exactly 102 years after the club arrived in the famous Burnden Park in the heart of this proud footballing town. Since 2001, fans have been treated to magnificent moments and performances in the Barclays Premier League. These games are watched week in, week out by tens of millions of viewers across Britain, Europe and America, and it's estimated hundreds of millions across the Middle and Far East. What happens here makes headlines across the world, as great names such as Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool and the world's richest football club, Manchester City, pit their stars against a Bolton side, at times which have often proven to be resilient and tough over the last decade, a determination which has seen European football return to this stadium. Designed by the international architects HOK Sport, the opening of Bolton's new home signalled a new optimism in the English game. It also opens the eyes of fans across the country to the last word in state-of-the-art facilities. Magnificent, safe. It also offered a new experience for fans. Catering, corporate hospitality, tremendous uninterrupted views of the action from all sides. The club became one of the first to really place a new emphasis on the customer or fan experience. Match day suddenly became memorable for a host of reasons for the thousands of home and away fans who gather in facilities which many of Bolton's competitors can still only dream of providing. With parking for up to 2,500 vehicles, the stadium also sparked the regeneration of an area and community which has placed the new club and facilities at its heart. The English game was galvanising itself from the difficult decades previously, and Bolton and the Premier League was about to become part of the richest and most successful club competition on earth.
Monday Night Football comes from Bolton's Reebok Stadium with champions Chelsea in town. We're live in high definition.
And at the heart of this stadium concept is the emphasis on sweating the asset, making the stadium more than just a football ground, but a real beating heart of the town and the northwest region of England. These fabulous bespoke office facilities inside the North Stand generate income for the club and make the ground an integral part of the community and business life of the North West region, where the stadium sits at the centre of a superb motorway system and excellent transport connections. It's within easy reach of millions of people, making it attractive for business and major events, from other sports to rock and pop concerts.
If you're going to spend 50 million plus on a football stadium, 20 football matches a year don't really make economic sense in terms of keeping the stadium running. So we had to look at other ways of generating other revenues. And incorporating a hotel into the stadium and later incorporating an office development meant that we were getting income streams that were independent of football, or largely independent of football, to give us more income. On top of that, I think we had to recognise that we could use the stadium for other activities and get people in here for different reasons, such as, for instance, concerts and banquets and conferences of a fairly large scale, which again gave us additional revenues. There could be a lot more development around the stadium. We've actually researched it quite carefully. We know that there are opportunities to develop further at the front of the stadium in particular, and there are some fairly lucrative options available for the future. It would obviously need more investment, but that investment will bring greater revenues. I think every football club's unique. I think where we try to be different is that we stick very rigidly to our principles of applying, if you like, a business philosophy to running the football club, and at the same time trying to retain the culture of football. I think that's important in terms of giving the fans what they want and also trying to achieve some sort of return on your investment. We've tried to be very innovative in most areas as we've gone through the process. Some examples, for instance, we were probably the first club to introduce electronic admission tickets. And we were certainly the first club to have an integrated hotel in the stadium, and I think we're still only one of a couple in the country. So we've tried to be innovative in everything we do, partly to retain a lead. We need to be quicker on our feet. We're not the biggest club. We don't have the financial clout of a Manchester United, so we have to be cleverer at it, I think. And I think for the most part we've managed to achieve that. I think we've also been very good at retaining a good, strong management team, which I think in the long term is very important in any business, including football.
And this demonstrates the point about sweating the asset better than any other. Britain's first integrated hotel in a football stadium. The De Vere White's Hotel, a joint venture between the world's foremost hoteliers and Burnden Leisure, the ultimate owners of the club and all of the facilities. This is 4-star quality and has some hidden gems. In fact, you could say it's a hotel shaped like a football stadium. Last year alone, the 125 ensuite rooms accommodated almost 5,000 guests. More than 1 million meals were served from 14 superb kitchens, and thousands of conferences and events were held within facilities unrivalled in the region. This may look like a cavernous room, but it's a brilliant blank canvas which has been home to everything from music shows, comedy events, political conferences, fan zones, and annually hosts major televised sporting competitions, award ceremonies and magnificent weddings. It can cater and seat up to 1,000 people, or up to 3,000 people if you include the mezzanine and concourse for special occasions. I mentioned there were a few hidden gems, so what about this? The ultimate experience for the ultimate sports fan.
Well, it's tied right into a Premiership football club, Bolton Wanderers Football Club. We have many football players that come here and frequent the bars and the restaurants that we offer to our guests as well. So it's quite an occasion, if you like, to be sat there with your family and having a Premier League football and his family sat next to you for your dinner time. It certainly does have the wow factor. From the entrance of the hotel, there's natural daylight, receptions here. Up onto the first floor we have our Pure Bar restaurant and brasserie. Go up onto the second floor We have our fine dining restaurant, which is called Reflections, with beautiful booths and views directly out onto the pitch itself. We have a number of suites on the top floor, on the 6th floor. All our penthouse suites are located up there. But we also have some beautiful suites that actually look out onto the football pitch itself too. We are, for a number of years, have been ranked as a 4-star property. And it's not just about, the facade and the building itself. It's also about the service and my staff and my team members, what they provide every day, 365 days a year to our customers, and obviously, to members of the Premiership football teams that do come and stay with us too. It's definitely a success story for De Vere's. It's obviously considered a unique within the De Vere business, as it is a joint venture between the De Vere Group and Bolton Wanderers Football Club, and it's also considered to be one of their flagship properties within the De Vere Group.
In the seclusion of a small Lancashire town lies the 10 acres which form Bolton Wanderers training facility. Away from the glare of the cameras, this is where the manager, players and highly qualified training and medical staff put the team through their paces and design the master plan and tactics for each game. Up to £4 million has been invested here, including underground heating and superb physio and facilities to give the teams every chance of success. Modern Premier League football demands exacting science behind it. It's results driven. It's about statistics, performance, stamina, fitness, a willingness to compete and win, often against the odds. It's the 90 minutes on the pitch, but it's also about the hours, days and months spent here at the superb training ground, which few people ever see, which makes the difference in the professional game.
I think having a good training environment's important. This is my 9th season here, and I've sort of seen this training ground develop. When I first signed, it was sort of porta cabins for showers in the gym, and obviously the club have invested heavily, and this is a fantastic training facility, and I think it's important that the players come in, and we've got fantastic surfaces here. They spent a lot of money on the gym. We've got all the facilities inside, and it's just a nice place to come and work every day. I played at Chesterfield, which was, we sort of used to train on a public park, so I can't really compare it to that. And I had sort of 3.5 years down at Southampton, and we had a couple of pitches, but nothing on this level. And I can't really speak for any of the other Premiership clubs really. Blackburn's, I've been there recently, and that's a decent setup. But it's just a good place to come and work. And like I say, the club have invested in this, and they realise that it's important that the players are well looked after, and we have the right facilities so we can train hard each day and make sure that we're right for the games at the weekend, which is important. It's a great club, I think. It's very much a family club, and the players are sort of very much into the community, and we're always going out into the town, and it's a smallish town really, and it's just a great place to work, and I think the fans enjoy coming to watch us work hard. And like I said, the players are constantly going out and doing things for the community, and it's just a great club, and I'm very proud to work for the club for so long. Since Owen Coyle's taken over, he's sort of created a great environment for us to come and work in. He's got lots of enthusiasm, and the players love coming into work every day. Like, we've got these facilities which make it a lot easier for us. But I think as a club and a town as a whole, it's been a good time since he's taken over.
Today's stars become household names across the UK and globe. The rewards are great for those with the commitment and drive to get to the top. But what of tomorrow's stars? The answer may lie here on 44 acres of land, which the club has slowly acquired over recent years and transformed into a superb youth academy. Thousands of youngsters every year train, compete and hone their skills as experts guide, teach, encourage and monitor their progress and their chances of making it from here to the pitch of the Reebok Stadium. More than £4 million have recently been invested to provide training facilities which are the envy of many clubs. To succeed in the Premier League means a management on and off the pitch who know how to get real results. Investment is clearly critical in players and facilities to make those players perform. But it's also investment in the future. the youth academy and players of tomorrow. Investment also in the experience for fans. In making all of these assets sweat, as we've seen with the magnificent hotel. This means there can be diverse incomes coming into the club. It's also about investing in the brand and in this exciting modern game. It's also about building that brand beyond your immediate door to Premier League fans who adore this game worldwide. Founded in 1874, there's more glory, more drama, more goals and far more excitement to come. It's great to be a part of it.